Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and this video serves as an update to my best fully upgraded car series where I take all vehicles in GTA 5 around a circuit to find the best to use for racing. So here we are with the import-export DLC, and in this video I'm only going to be focusing on the top two supercars, the two brand new supercars that we got with this, because I'm not feeling very well. I'm just trying to sort of get through this, I guess you could say, and I want to point out that there are brand new supercars still to come. So these aren't the only supercars from this DLC. There are other vehicles that are still to come. Rockstar doing the classic thing where they hold back some of the content even though it is already in the game. So there's new supercars and new sports cars still to come. If you want to be notified of the performance of those vehicles when they are released, you're welcome to click the subscribe button down below, and then you'll be notified every single time I test one of these vehicles as soon as the testing is up. And obviously we do have the sports car and the bike in the video coming tomorrow, but for now we are just focusing on the two supercars, the first of which is the Penetrator in second place out of the two, and it's overall 9th place in supers, and that's actually not too bad. A 102.5 is a pretty good lap time. That's pretty much exactly the same lap time as the FMJ. It's slightly quicker than a Turismo and an Entity, slightly slower than the T20, the Osiris and the Zentorno, but it's right up there at the top of the supercars class. It is still about 2 seconds per lap off the ultimate pace set by the number one supercar, which is the RE7B, as we found in the previous video. That will be linked at the end, but it's pretty nice to drive and it's pretty impressive. It's a nice car. But ultimately, the number one supercar from this DLC so far is the Tempesta. Now this puts itself into third place in supers, and it's actually, with that 101.227, is 1/1000th of a second slower than the X80 Proto. So that pretty much means that the Tempesta and the X80 Proto get exactly the same lap time, really. You know, 1/1000th of a second is not really enough to say anything different. They pretty much get exactly the same lap time, so you could say that they are joint second place in the supercars class behind the RE7B in first place, which gets a 1 minute 0.6. Having said that, the Tempesta, it would be easily my recommendation for anybody who is on a budget, anybody who is not quite as confident at driving, anyone who thinks that they're not quite on the top level pace, anyone who thinks that they make quite a lot of mistakes, because the Tempesta is such a dream to drive. It's so easy to get the lap time out of it, it's so consistent, it's a wonderful car to drive, and honestly it feels like what the Jester is to the sports class, the Jester race car that is, the Tempesta is to the supers class. It's not going to be the best on top speed, it's not going to be the best around a track, but it will give you the most consistent results most of the time if you're not pushing all of the cars to the absolute maximum. So it's a very, very intriguing and interesting car, and yeah, for the price point that it's at, is a very, very good buy. Obviously, like I said, it's not quite on the top pace and there are still other cars to come, so we'll see what they do. But as of right now, it is a car that I could recommend because it is right up there on the top pace, and it's very, very nice to drive. So it's well worth thinking about. But yeah, there you go. Those are the two supercars. I've worked hard to try and get these two out as soon as possible, really, because, you know, these are the supercars are the ones that everybody wants to know about as soon as possible. And then tomorrow we will have a video for the sports car, the LG Retro Custom, and the two new bikes as well. But obviously feel free to subscribe to be notified of that, and obviously everything else in the future as well when we get new vehicles and go over the class specific testing videos. It's all still to come. One quick final thing that I do want to mention is that anybody is welcome to use these lap times, testing results, conclusions, whatever you want. This goes for all my results and all my testing videos, as long as the correct credit is given and the respect is shown for the high amounts of effort and work that go into testing all these vehicles. As long as the original links are given to the original video and, you know, the correct credit is given, that is absolutely fine. It's just something that I did want to properly mention at the end of one of these videos, because yeah, today in particular has been a pretty difficult, a very long one, with me being a bit ill, and a lot of effort goes into these videos, and I just want to make sure that, you know, anybody who wants to use these results is aware of that. So Thank you guys so much for watching all of this. I really do appreciate it. I hope the testing videos have been helpful. And obviously, like I said, we've got more to come in the future. Leave a like, comment, all that good stuff if you want to down below. Thank you so much for all the support as always. And I'll see you next time.